Good morning, everybody. Down Under Entrepreneur coming to you from the lovely Cairns, North Queensland, Australia. It's about 9 a.m. in the morning and it's currently about 12 degrees outside. So I think we might have a bit of a cold winter this year. Looking forward to it. Remind me of my childhood growing up in southeast Queensland in a nice little country town there called Kingaroy. But anyway, so to today's topic. So I answered a question on a Quora yesterday, and I got a couple of responses from people thanking me for my answer because it really sort of made them understand where they were going wrong. And basically, the question was, how do you pretty much implement positive changes in your life so that you stick to them, because they're constantly sort of starting things and stopping, and then they feel like they're going back to square one. And the big thing is I think for a lot of people, when you start something, and you give a low effort or you don't really commit to it, I think it's because you're thinking more about the obligation involved to implementing that change, rather than the opportunities that change is going to either immediately create for you or potentially create for you sort of in the future. And so I've got this thing here. When I first saw this, I just simply call it like the box of failure or success. And I first saw this in a Tony, or a version of this in a Tony Robbins presentation. But I don't know if you guys can see that. So obviously we start with like your belief or your attitude. So if you believe, that something has potential, and then obviously we come up here, like, if you believe it has high potential, you're going to put in a lot of effort, you're going to take a lot of action to implementing and achieving that. As a result, you're going to get reasonable results or good results, which is then going to reinforce your beliefs as to, the potential that it has. However, on the other hand, if you feel that it doesn't have a lot of potential, you're going to make very little effort and take very little action to implement it and make that change. And you're going to get minimal results, and which is going to reinforce your belief. So it's a box, and it just kind of goes in a circle. And basically, there's been many times in my life where, I've I haven't thought that there was a lot of potential in something, so I've just been kind of like, all right, whatever, like, I'll do it tomorrow, or, I get to it sometime in the future, like, and obviously, naturally, there's been very, very minimal results, because basically I've just haven't done anything, or I've been lazy or complacent with it. And as a result, it's just kind of reinforced my belief that, like, this doesn't really work, or this isn't worthwhile, or But then there's been, times like, for example, with the YouTube channel, I have a strong belief that putting up the message of, positivity and like, change and self-improvement and all that sort of stuff. I believe that's valuable. I think there's huge potential in that. I'd like to see a world where people are inspired and motivated to sort of really take charge of their lives and go out, hence why I do the YouTube channel. And, I'm very active on several social media platforms. And, obviously when I get responses like the ones that I got from the question that I did answer, that naturally reinforces my beliefs that sort of what I'm doing and the message I'm trying to put across is valuable, and there's definitely potential there. So yeah, guys, that's probably the big thing. Like, if you're really trying to implement that change, like, you have to sit there and you have to ask yourself, like, is there potential here? And the reality is, if it's gonna have some sort of a positive impact on your life, it's definitely potential. It's definitely worthwhile doing. So next time, you don't really quite get the results you want, you sort of sit back and really ask yourself, like, what are you thinking about, when you make that effort, because if you're not really sort of giving like 110%, and crushing it and getting the results that you should be getting, then there's a big chance that, like I said, you're probably thinking about the obligation rather than the potential opportunity that it's going to create for you. So that's about all I've got today. It's Monday, pumped up, ready for another week. We've got plenty to do here. So I hope you all have an amazing day and a fantastic week. Cheers. Peace out, guys.